Hello, Holy Union sisters around the world. My name's Ken Gustin. I'm the Director of Mission Advancement and Communications for the Holy Union Sisters in the United States area. And this video is the first of two that we've created at the direction of Sister Yvette Sam in Rome to help sisters learn how to navigate and access the Holy Union's congregation website. And so I know we've got a broad range of technical depth and expertise in our congregation. And so for some, this video may be perhaps a little too basic. For others, it may be a little too advanced. So forgive me with such a broad range. We're doing our best to help everybody kind of come up to the same level. So I'm going to share my screen. What I'm going to be doing here is sharing my screen and showing you what it looks like on a PC, a computer, or I think an iPad is a lot like this, but I'm not entirely sure if the iPad is a little different. But primarily, this is for PCs and Mac users, and you'll see how it interacts. Now, for those who want to access the website on your smartphone, there's a second video that I've done very similar to this, only the screen I'm sharing will be my smartphone screen, and you'll see how to navigate the website on your smartphone. So if you have a smartphone, you don't need to watch the rest of this, or perhaps you're interested and you can watch the rest. But in any event, this video is for PC users. So what I'm going to do, the first thing you're going to need to access our website is you're going to need your computer with an opened web browser. So you need to open up, I use Google Chrome. I'll show you that in just a second. If you use some other web browser, that's fine. The website will look and act the same way no matter what web browser you use. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. Okay. Okay. So this is my base Zoom screen. Just to disregard that, this is necessary to record this on Zoom. So what we're going to do is so you'll need to open up Google Chrome, which down here at the bottom, this is the little icon, the Google Chrome icon you need, that you would click that and open up Chrome. Once Chrome is open, I'm gonna open a new tab. You'll see the way Google works is you've got a window up here that you can type in a website address that you want to go to. Above that, there are several tabs, and you can open as many tabs as you want. These tabs are here just because I'm in Zoom, and those are necessary to have Zoom running. But what you want to do is open a new tab when you open up Google Chrome. And up here, you want to type in our website address. Now, every website has an address, just like every home has an address. So if you want to go to somebody's home, you go to that address, and there you'll be. Similar to websites, every website has an address, and our address for our website in Rome is www.susc.org, O-R-G, which is short for organization. So you type that into that search window at the top of the browser and hit enter. Oops, we jumped into a different page, different landing page. Okay, so that's our home page. This is our website. This is it's the front page of our website. Think of it as the front page of a newspaper or the cover of a magazine, however you want to think of it. There's a lot more behind this that we're going to look at in just a minute, but I want to show you the home page first for just a moment. The first thing you'll notice, and I'm not sure if this is in the way here, but the first thing you'll notice is at the top right of the website, these are various languages that our website supports. So right now I have English clicked, and so you'll notice all the text is in English. It also supports French. So if we click on French, let's close that. If we click on French, you'll notice that, oh, wait a minute, I should have clicked something. So if I click on French, it doesn't seem to be working. What about Spanish? There we go. Spanish. All right. So you see things are in Spanish at this point. or if we go back to French, click on French, and you'll see everything has changed to French. All right. But I don't speak French very well, so I'm going to go back to English. Here we are. All right. You can choose whichever language you'd like. So this is the website. You'll notice several things about this. First, I want to let you know we're not looking at the entire homepage here. The way to look at the whole homepage is we scroll around. So we can scroll down by either, if you have a mouse, you can scroll with your mouse. And this is down to the bottom of the front page of the homepage of the website. Or over here, you'll notice on the right-hand side of my screen, there's a scroll bar that you can grab and drag that down with your cursor, with your mouse, and move down to the bottom of the home page. So this is all still the very front page of our website. And you'll notice a few things about this. There are a series of tabs here at the top of our website, and this is how we navigate around, one of the ways we navigate around. And you can see as I move my cursor across, my cursor turns from an arrow into a hand. And every time it turns into a hand, you can click on whatever you're over, and it'll take you to some other location on our website. So that's one way to navigate around. Another way is to click on items on the home page, and I'll show you more of that in a minute. But first, I want to show you right here on our home page, right across the center, we've got this lovely series of images of our sisters around the world in various situations. It tells you a little bit about it at the bottom here. U.S. sisters, French and Belgian sisters with General Counsel Sister Yvette Sam. So there's photographs with a little description on who's in the photograph and what the photograph is about. And then it'll move on its own. It'll change on its own every few seconds. But if you want to go back to something or move forward to something, you can see there are little arrows here on the right and on the left. And so if I want to go back to the image previous, I click on the left arrow, takes me back. I can go back again. Or if you want to go forward, you click on the right arrow and it moves you forward on the pictures, and it gives you the next picture and the next picture and the next picture. So that's that section, and it just, those pictures will change periodically, and Sister Mary Lou Simcoe here in the United States maintains the site, and she does a great job keeping it up to date with new images and new content all the time. If we scroll down a little bit from there, you'll notice these letters, these words are in blue. Anything in the website with blue letters or blue letters and underlined means it's something that you can click on and you can go to a new page having to do with that information. And I'll show you that right now. So you'll see my cursor changes from an arrow to a hand. And then the text says, read about World Water Day 2025 in the Justice and Peace area of the website. So if I click on the blue lettering, it takes me to that page on the website, which is about World Water Day. And you can read about World Water Day, and there's some pictures and some text. And again, if you notice, there are several things within this text that have blue text that's underlined. And anything with blue text that's underlined, you can click on, and it'll take you somewhere else. So this sentence, for example, says, let's see. Watch this video on YouTube to learn more about the secret life of glaciers. So if you click that link, it takes you to a YouTube video on the secret life of glaciers. We're not going to watch that video right now, but that's how clicking on blue text moves you to other places to watch other content and other things. To get back to our website, but we're not on our website now. If you can see, we're now in YouTube. And so we want to get back to our Holy Union website. So you click this back arrow here in the top left, and that takes us back to our website. Okay. Now, wherever you are on our website, if you want to go back to the home page, you go up here to the left-hand corner, you click on the crosses. Here we are back on our home page again. Okay. So that was an example of clicking on blue text, taking you to various places that you can learn more about. But if you scroll down further on our homepage, here is news. So this area is posts from around the world, around the entire congregation, on things that are new and maybe of interest to you. And these are the three latest posts, they called, three latest stories. That's what's new around our congregation, around the world. So here's this first one. Again, you can click on it because you see our cursor is changed to a hand. It's Jubilee Year Perpetual Vow Program. So if we click on that, here we have a story about the Jubilee Year Perpetual Vow Program. And we've got a little bit of a story here naming the sisters who are involved, and then having pictures of the group and then individual sisters with their names underneath. And it's a lovely story and something that you may be interested in, but you can learn more here by clicking on that item under what's new. All right, so here's the news section. If you want to, Sister Eugenia Mshana is interviewed here, so we can click on her. And here's the story about her with some photographs that go with it, some content that you can click on to learn about the Talitha Kum network. That's part of this story. So that's how you navigate around and find things from the home page. We're going back to the home page here by clicking these crosses. And so that's sort of an introduction to the home page and how to click on the content that's on the home page. Now, I mentioned earlier that these tabs along the top are another way to move around within our website, right? So if I click on About Us, for example, I have two other areas that I can go to. One is leadership within the congregation, and the other is our history. So let's click on each of those and see what's available to us. Okay, so here's area leaders within the congregation. So we have some text here talking about the various leaders and the various areas where Holy Union exists. And then here's photographs of the various leadership teams in each of those areas. Okay. If we go back to home, you can either click these crosses, or you'll see this home. That's another way to get back to the home page, but we'll go back to home this way. All right, by clicking the crosses. So also under About Us, I mentioned there was a history tab. So we click on history. Here's a page having to do with Holy Union history. And you can see if there are a few images here. And then here's the story. And you can scroll down. Again, I've been doing a fair amount of scrolling, but virtually every page you can scroll down and make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom and you can see as much of the story as possible. So here's Holy Union's growth in the 19th century, the 20th century, the 1970s and beyond, and the 21st century is still being prepared. So we've got a lot of good content here for you to read and share. Okay, we'll go back to the home page by clicking the crosses. If we click on Justice, Peace, and Integrity of Creation, there are three tabs under that. Let's look at one or two of these. How we work for justice. We'll click on that. Here's a story about how Holy Union works for justice. And there's a couple of different sections. There's some photographs, et cetera, et cetera. Here's a link to Unanima International. Here's more links to other content here that, again, if we click on them, you'll learn more about each of those topics. But we're going to go back again to our homepage. Now, I've been going back to our homepage just to get you used to the fact that you can click on those crosses and always end up back at the homepage. But if I, for example, wanted to look at one of these stories, say access to clean water, and I had finished reading that, and now I want to explore what Holy Union spirituality is, you can just click on that and it'll take you straight there. You don't have to go back to the home page. So you can go wherever you want by clicking these tabs, and you don't have to go back to the home page. But I just want to get you used to the fact that no matter where you are on the website, if you want to go back to the very beginning, say the front page of the newspaper, so to speak, you click the crosses and it'll take you back to the home page. Okay. So here's another thing. If you remember, when we were back on the home page, down the bottom, we had the news section. Well, you can also get to the news section by clicking on the news and events tab up here. That'll take you to exactly that same page that we were on before. And then when you get to the bottom of this page, These are all what's new tabs, and the most recent one is in the top left. And then as you go down, you go across and down, you get to others that have come and gone and are still available for people to learn about, but they're no longer the most recent events or the most recent news. At the bottom of the news page, you'll notice this is 1, 2, 3 pages of content. And so we're on the first page. You can see that's highlighted. The one is dark. If I click on 2, it takes you to the second page of news and events. So these are more posts on what's new. And so we can click on those as well. So for example, here's Holy Union presence in Tanzania for 50 years. And a lot of these posts this is called a photo gallery. So there's the story, and then there's photos that go along with the story. And by clicking on any one of those photos, you can see a larger image. So it's a little clearer, it's a little larger, a little easier to see. And you can either close that here, or if you notice over here, there are some arrows left and right. If you click the right arrow, it'll take you to the next photo in the series and another one, and click it again. And you can just go through the entire photo gallery by clicking these arrows. Or you can close the picture by clicking on this X in the bottom right corner. And you can click on individual photos here in the photo gallery to see it larger. All right. So clicking the X makes it go away and takes you back to the page you were on, or clicking the arrows advances you to the next photograph in the gallery. You there? All right. So that is the news and events page. Members. Now, I believe this is where Holy Union Sisters log into our email. And so when you get to this page for members, I've been told do not try to fill in your username, email address, password, etc. That gets kind of complicated. I'm told that the easiest way to log into your email when you get to this page under members is just click login with susc.org email. So if you just click on that, it should take you to email. So I don't have an email account on susc.org, so I can't do that. I'm not going to show you that, but I believe all you'll need to do to access that is to click that button, and that should open you up for email, etc. All right. And then lastly, the last tab on the right is In Loving Memory. And this page gives you a list of all sisters in 2024 and 2025 within the congregation who have gone home to God. And you can see here on the left are the names of the sisters and the date of their death. And on the right, it tells you the area that they are from and also how many years they were a Holy Union sister. And you can see the list here. This is our own sister, Adrienne de Champlain, here in the United States. And I was told, I think, she was a Holy Union sister for 85 years. And I think that may be the sister who is the most number of years as a Holy Union sister so far. I don't know if that's entirely sure, but she passed away in November of this past year. And certainly we miss her dearly. Her cousin, Sister Lorette de Champlain, is still with us, and she's 102 years old. And God love her, she's still going strong. She's on our podcasts and other things still. So she's doing wonderful work still at 102. So if you want to see more sisters who have passed away that were before the dates listed up above here, so 2024, 2025, at the bottom of this page, you can see that it says Deceased Holy Union Sisters. Click here to download information about Holy Union Sisters who died before 2022, 2023. So you can click here. And here's a more comprehensive list. Again, on the left is the sister's name, the date she passed away, the area of the congregation she belonged to, and the number of years she was a Holy Union sister. So that information is available to you here. Now you'll notice here, in order to get back to the homepage, we've lost our little picture of the cross in the upper left. But if you click on this back arrow button here in the top left, that takes you back to our website. All right. So I think I've showed you everything. Remember, if you want to get back to the homepage, you click the Holy Union crosses. You can look at the website in English, French, or Spanish. by clicking those at the top of the page. You can navigate around using the tabs along the top of the page and then clicking on anything underneath that tab, and that'll take you to that page with more information. And then you can see the latest news from the congregation. And again, this is global news. So this is areas all around the world that you're seeing more news from. So that's the website. That's how to navigate it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Okay. So I hope you found that helpful. The key is to open up the web browser, whether that's Google Chrome or anything else that you use for a web browser first, and then type our address, www.susc.org, in that window along the top of your web browser, and then hit enter. And you will find our website every single time, and you'll be now able to navigate around and find anything you want on our website. If you have a smartphone, then you should watch the second video, and I will show you how to navigate to our website and around our website using your smartphone. Thank you all. Thank you all for what you do every single day to help so many of God's children, and congratulations on your 200, bicentenary jubilee. God bless you all, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.